how, I think you talked about this already, but how is this team different? Because you've been to the Brez 2 times before this. How is this team different than any other team that you've played on at Tri-Unity?
This team had a lot of grit.
Mm-hmm.
These guys actually, wanted to work. They saw how bad that I wanted it, and they were like, I can see it, that you want it and you want to go out and win, and they wanted to be a part of it. Right. Another thing is, not only did they know their role on the team, but they also accepted it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made us go as far as we did, winning the state, is nobody's ego got in the way of winning. They all accepted their role, their position, what they had to do in order to help us as a team succeed.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what really set us apart from the other teams.
Yeah. What you said there is really underrated, bro. The cats knew their role and they played it. Like, I think that's really hard to understand as a teenager. Because most kids, they really want to have their name, in a, there's no newspaper anymore, but they want their name in an article or floating around, buzzing around social media. They want their video, their highlights, right? But yeah, cats that know their role and play it, shoot, that's an underrated trait, man, for real.
Yeah, it is. Usually championship teams all got that, it's like it's almost like a mandatory necessity, for a championship squad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you name all like the great teams. Like you name a role player, they probably don't win a championship without like those one or two guys, right? So for you as a leader, especially this year, what was your approach as a leader like with your teammates? Were you more of like a vocal guy? Or are you more like an example guy? Talk about that.
I'm sure you know this as good as anybody else, with other people. I don't talk. I do not talk at all. But my biggest thing is I would always lead by example. But coming into this year, I definitely realized that I had to be vocal. My coach and I talked about it a lot. But that was my approach this year as a leader. I had to come in and talk to these guys, talk to them, again, tell them I've been here, I've been through this, I've gone through this, I know what it's like. So I had to tell them to do certain things and they would listen, thankfully. But yeah, I had to be vocal. I had to step up and talk. So
yeah. Definitely as a senior, definitely gotta kind of turn that up a notch. So yeah, it sounds like you responded to that, which is good.